All right. Good morning. Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to episode 2 of the Rico Scanner Scanning Trading Cards webinar series. And today we have a special guest, one of our first software partners that we've ever worked with in the trading card market. Two people that I like to call friends. The folks from Kronozio are online, and Jonathan Bernier and David Lafond, the co-owners of the company, are here to go over some exciting new things that Kronozio is doing in the marketplace. Not only we'll talk about some scanners, we'll talk about software, we'll talk about the industry, maybe have a few laughs. Should be a lot of fun. But first off, I just want to take a moment and introduce myself. My name is Don Caruso. I'm the head of sales operations and services here at Rico Scanners. You'll notice the name Rico Scanners. It's new. It's a change. It's different, right? Well, in September, a division of Rico purchased Fujitsu's scanner division, and we have now rebranded all of our products. And basically, our message is just like it says on the top right, I guess, over here. It's new name, but the business is as usual. So it's the same scanners, the same models, the same people, the same products and technology that you've all loved for so long. So David, John, welcome aboard. Excited to have you guys. How you
Thank
doing?
you, Don.
Yeah,
Great.
I'm very excited about that.
Great. So I guess first, before we really get into the technology, so everybody on screen, we see your questions. Please take the time to put questions in the chat area. We will address all of the questions at the end of this webinar. Again, I mentioned that we're going to go through a product training. We're really excited to see that. And really just kind of have a conversation through here. So, John, David, we've been working with each other actually for not a very long period of time. It's only been about 1.5 to 2 years now. But Kronozio and previously Fujitsu and now Rico, we've been working with each other for a long period of time. Can you talk about how that process started and maybe some of the roots of your business as well? Like, how did the idea even come to play? Like, where did you guys wake up and say we need to create some software for some trading cards?
Yeah, sure. Maybe it's time to share some slides, because we prepared something to make it more fun and more pleasant to
Sure.
talk about. So let me just share the screen.
So you guys are both co-owners. And I think, for those of you who are in the trading card circuit, I think you will see Jonathan as someone that you recognize if you've ever stopped by a Kronozio or Fujitsu or Rico booth at some point in time. We've done quite a bit of card shows together, and it's been a lot of fun. So hopefully they're familiar faces to those of you guys who go through the circuit.
Yeah, so I think you should see my slides now.
Yep, we see them.
Yes.
Yeah, so in fact, we are two friends. That project started as two friends. We know each other from, well, childhood, so for a long time.
35 years probably.
Yeah, around 35 years. In fact, we are the co-founders of Kronozio. And it started because Jonathan was the collector at that moment, and since he's a kid, he's a collector, and I'm the one that's more about tech now, more on the collector side for the last 7 years. But yeah, it started like a small project, friend project. Jonathan was trying to list his cards online. It was taking a very long time. Was trying to list 800 cards per week, and then we decided to group together and try something and try to list online. So it's really started like for a passion and tech all together, and it started also with the help of the family. So the kids started in 2013 working in that project with us, and as you can see on the slide, in 2023, the last show, we still have the kids working with us. So it's still a family stuff. Yeah. It's bigger than that. We have employee, but yeah, it started like.
And you guys are based in Canada. but of course, a large majority in North America is not only the Canadian market and the United States. So you guys travel quite a bit as well, right?
Yeah, exactly. As you can see with the accent, we are from Canada. So yeah, and in Canada, as we know, it's more about hockey, but the software has been built for everything.
Great.
So yes, it really started in 2013 as a side project, something just to have fun. But then when something moving on and everything is working, you're scaling. So we decided, hey, it's working. So let's try to to buy some more cards, try to list more, be a huge store online, because we are talking about 7, 8, 9 years back. So without technology that much at that time, nothing very interesting. No, we were not talking about AI at that moment that much. So yeah, we decided to buy 1,000,000 cards at that moment to list online, because what we tried as optimization for listing cards online was working at that moment. We were able to list a lot faster than expected at the beginning. So we tried to go further than that and try to to list more online and be a huge seller online.
So this
And
is around like the 2014 era, basically,
yeah,
right? Yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
So and at that moment we everything is rely on the card image, because in 2014, 15, many sellers were listing online on Beckett or eBay or any marketplaces, and it was more about generic images. But the reality, the more you move forward in that era, you're facing challenges that everyone wants to see the real image of the card. So that was creating a problem to just list generic images. So that's why when we started, we said, okay, we will list every single images, front and back of cards. And with, as you know, with an inventory of 1,000,000 cards, it would have took forever with a regular flatbed scanner. We tried many auto feeder scanner, and we have found that, well, there's no options other than Fujitsu at that moment.
Yeah.
Now Ricoh, but at that moment it was Fujitsu. And we started with an old Fujitsu scanner in 2014, and it was working. Was working well. We have been able to list many cards on eBay. In fact, in 3 months, we were able to be a top sellers on eBay at that moment, selling for more than 20,000 per month. So it blows our mind. It was a lot more than expected at that moment, but it was working. We were shipping like crazy because sales were there. So
Yeah.
and
Well, and you got that cheap labor too, right? You hire out
yeah,
all the kids, and there you go. It doesn't cost a lot, right? I don't. It's a little different laws in the United States, but it worked up in Canada.
yeah. So so we move forward, and we were listing like crazy. We're doing good money. Scanning cards were easier with with the Fujitsu scanner, and at some point, our collector friends were asking, "Hey, we want to list like you're doing. We want that same prototype software that you have done." And so we have, at that moment, everyone was asking us for that same mechanism to list and ship. And I can tell you that at that moment, the software was not ChronoCard at all. It was something very technical. So you need to change some line of code, but it was
not user friendly.
Yeah, it was not
Yeah.
user friendly at all. So
But I think this is a good point in time to say, ChronoCard is a product of Kronozio, right? It's the product name, basically, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Good.
the company is Kronozio, and the software is called ChronoCard. So, and we decided to add a quick fact is we are being asked about what's the meaning of Kronozio. many times. So in fact, it's the god Kronos, about time. So the Greek god, and IO for input and output. So how do you go faster than anything? It's the god of time and input output. So that was the initial idea behind the name of Kronozio.
Great, great. So yeah, so the choice to choose a scanner was an interesting one. As you guys had mentioned, there's over 50 products that you guys have tried.
Yeah.
And you know, I know Ricoh Fujitsu scanners are not the only offering that you guys have on your line in terms of hardware. Um, what what was it about our scanners that really kind of set us out from the rest as you guys in 2015? I mean,
Yeah.
what's interesting is probably those same features in 2015 are the same reasons why today in 2023
Totally.
that our products excel. You know, so you know we tend to beat ourselves about you know to tout the fact that image quality, paper handling, reliability, those are our three big things, and that seemed to be the case back in 2014, 2015 as well.
Yes, it is. The problem why we have chose Fujitsu scanner at that moment was first because some of the scanners were damaging cards. So that was the first issue that we needed to fix at that moment. We needed to have a scanner that will not damage cards. So that was the first the priority on the list. And many of the scanners were not working very well with cards. So they were damaging cards because, as collectors know, sometimes you have gloss on the cards, you have different finish on the card, and some are more easy to scratch or mark. So the first thing was to have something that will not damage cards, and also at that moment we wanted something that looked good because to be honest, some of the scanners that we tried, the cards with gloss, or because it's probably most of those scanners will do good with regular paper, black with
Yeah,
black text on white paper, but as soon as you go in different direction, it's worse. It's not very
yeah.
good.
It's
So
interesting. You know, that's a real common, you know, a lot of people look at the price of a piece of hardware and go, whoa, oh my gosh, it's expensive, right? And it's not cheap. It's, you know, it's something that we recognize, and you know, but quality is a big factor. If you're going to go spend $1,000 on something that isn't going to work for you, or $500 or even $200, I always use the analogy of eating steak. You know, you can eat a steak at a high-end steakhouse and be really happy and be fulfilled, or you can have it at like a Denny's or something. It's still a steak, but at the end of the day, the steak at a Ruth Chris is much better than something at Denny's, and that's where, you know, that analogy definitely works in the hardware world.
yeah, it
You
is.
know, with our products, they tend to not only last for a long period of time, but give great images, and they have for over 10 years. Like we've been in this market for 10 plus years. We've been in the scanning paper document for over 30 plus years. So we've been consistent. And, you know, I think that's a key to our success, and a key to your guys' success too. Choosing
Yeah,
the right products
yeah,
really helped your market explode.
yeah, exactly. Because yeah, so it's challenging to scan cards because yeah, you can still use a regular flatbed scanner, but if you want if you want to scan or inventory everything from your collection, it's a lot faster to use an auto feeder
Yeah.
scanner like Fujitsu model, the 8170 or any model that you have a tray to stack cards and scan them faster.
Yep.
And one challenge also was sometimes it's small details, but make a lot of difference in that case.
Yeah.
Was also a straight path. In
Yeah.
2014-15, most of the scanner were well meant
Sure.
to more regular paper, and they were curving every card. So every card that was going out of the scanner was like a banana. So it was not very
Yeah.
interesting for
That's
us.
a big point. Yep.
Yeah, and since that moment, Fujitsu have understood that potential problem. So the path was very straight at in the Fujitsu scanner. So that was also a third reason why we decided to go all in with Fujitsu, because of that straight path, good quality for most of, well, in fact, probably all the cards, and compared to other scanners, and the speed. Also, the speed also have an impact on production. If you meant to list 1,000,000 cards and you pick a scanner, a lower end value scanner, and you're able to scan like 10 cards per minute, that's okay. But for 1,000,000 cards, it will take forever too. So being able to, if you're really, if you, the plan is to list your full inventory online for selling, or just, well, for your own purpose. If you want to have everything online, you need to have a fast scanner. That's also part of the game to, yes, maybe some of the scanners are not cheap, but at the end, you will save so much time that your time is money. So.
Right. I often say the ROI for buying a scanner and using the proper software to list cards is about 2 to 4 weeks. If you are investing in the right hardware and the right software to scan cards and list them on eBay or whatnot, or any other selling app, you will get your money back within less than a month. And so choosing the proper software package, choosing this proper hardware package, regardless of your upfront investment, is extremely important. You don't want to be putting garbage images up. You don't want to be listing things that don't connect properly to eBay or these other selling sites. And that's where the marriage between the two companies has really kind of taken off, especially in the last year and and a half. It's been great. But go ahead, go on, continue with the slide deck.
So the relationship with Fujitsu started without Fujitsu knowing that, because we fell in love with the Fujitsu scanners at that moment, because we were able to list so many cards online because of Fujitsu and combine it with our software. And so it's worth the money, depending on the quantity of the quantity of cards in your inventory too. Because if you only have 1,000 cards in your inventory, that's okay. You can probably do well with mostly any regular flatbed scanner. But if you are talking about 25,000 cards or more, well, at some point it may worth the investment to have a fast scanner like the Fujitsu 2170 or any other fast scanner that Fujitsu can that we are supporting.
Yep.
So it's officially started in 2015 with investment and the company officially started in 2015. The Kronozio company, we started before that, but the company's Kronozio started in 2015. So at the end of 2015, we were able to have a complete software that Jonathan will do a demo about it. So a full software that will cover everything. And also we have been, hold on. Okay, so we have created a marketplace, because listing online on eBay, as many knows, there's some, well, in many marketplaces, there's some fees to list online, to keep your cards online. So with that speed, that facility to that weight of listing online, we decided to have our own marketplace. So the software is talking directly to the marketplace. It was easier to integrate and have something fast and efficient. So collectors can list their cards on Kronozio.com. As you can see on the left, we have activities, a lot of activities on Kronozio. We are mostly transparent. We don't hide anything. We have community that we are talking with collectors each day, asking questions, exchanging ideas. And on Kronozio.com, you can see all the activities. So the one that are scanning, listing, selling cards. So you have a good idea of that it's working, and people are using our stuff. So yeah, we have a marketplace, and with the same software with Kronozio, ChronoCard, you can list on Kronozio and also on eBay with the same software that Jonathan will show you later on. So that's a big advantage of Kronozio is that you can list your more valuable, more high-end cards on eBay using the same software that you can list your low-value cards for free on Kronozio.com. So you can move some cards from Kronozio to eBay, from eBay to Kronozio. So I think we think that you have the best of both worlds, because you can scan your full inventory, even if cards are worth 10 cents. People are still scanning those cards because it's fast with Fujitsu scanner, and it's fast to list to have them on Kronozio because of the technology. So that's a key element of the business, to be able to list your low value cards and your high value card.
Yeah, providing options as to where you sell your products is something that a lot of card investors and card sellers are looking for, whether it's a card shop, whether it's eBay or whatnot, or a platform like Kronozio's platform. Having those options is key, and looking at those fees is key. It could be quite a big of a fee if you sell a $1,000 card on eBay versus Kronozio, for example. You'd be making much more profit. So it's a nice new feature.
Yep.
But what I love about Kronozio is their international presence, right? I know you guys just exceeded a 10 million card, basically imaged and processing through your AI, which is huge. I don't know if there's anybody else on the market that has 10 million cards through the system yet. But not only that, the amount of users and the amount of people. I know that there's one of these slides show a map, right? Like there's literally customers all over the world with Kronozio, and it's expanding every month.
Yeah, you're talking about that map here.
Yeah, I mean, of course, United States is probably in Canada, or the majority of it, but it looks like we're doing a great job in Europe.
Yes.
I know the Japan market is actually picking up quite a bit as well. And Australia, we got folks out there, and don't want to forget about our friends in Asia. And we run into these customers all the time. So this is not just hey, Canada or United States. This is everywhere. You guys have done a great job in expanding your presence and marketing to these areas as well.
Yeah, in fact, everyone can use Chrono Cards and the platform and everything, because everything is online. So
everything's online. It's all open. So one of the cool things is, if you go to a card show, you'll see Jonathan has this counter on his desktop, and it shows every single time an image goes through the AI, I believe, right, John? And it's currently like ticking as you're talking to people. So it's pretty cool.
Yes, and for the next show, it will be monthly numbers, because we just reached the 10 million cards.
So now that tool?
Yes. So now it will be monthly numbers.
That's great. It's great. Well, I think this has been great. Hopefully everybody can understand the presence that Kronozio has on the market. We first met about 2 years ago, and I'll be honest, I think it was by accident. I think I saw a video and I was like, what is that software? It looks pretty cool, and made a couple phone calls, and I think I talked to David at first. Yeah. And our friends up in Rico, Canada, I would be remiss to say thank you to Francois and the team up in Rico, Canada, who has been working with you prior to me. But things are going really well. We bounce a lot of ideas off of each other. I think now, though, is the time I think everybody on the chat board would want to see, and that's maybe moving into some type of product demo to see what this product can actually do. John, are you ready to show off the power of the tool to the audience here?
Yes. So let me share my screen. And see.
So Kronozio, is Kronozio a perpetual type of software, or is it a online software, cloud-based software? I guess people can start by going to Kronozio.com and reading more
Yes.
about it, right? Okay.
Well, so can you see my screen now, or only the
We can.
software?
We can see it looks like the software, just the software.
Okay, so trying to share everything, but let me do that again.
Well, when we started ChronoCard, in fact, there was two options at that moment. So are we going cloud-based or it's a software that you download on your computer? We decided to do that at that moment because we were talking about huge inventory. So having something cloud still at that moment, and still probably at this time, we will reevaluate something in the near future. But having so much cards, every second count, because if you're scanning like we have done, like 30,000 cards in a day, and listing like 20 to 50,000 cards in a weekend, you cannot wait about the internet. So everything that you're waiting about the internet will slow you down in your process. So having a software directly on your computer was the fastest way ever to process a huge quantity of cards. So that's why we decided when we started to have something that you download. Well, for the moment, it's still on a Windows computer. We have been asked many times, can you support Mac? For the moment, we are not there, but
I think that's an interesting point, though, David. I think, for all of the clients that are Mac users, just because we don't have a connection doesn't mean you can't scan to a folder and then upload those cards into Kronozio software.
Yeah, and we have some clients that are installing. Those days, you have many options. You can install Windows on your Mac in what they call a virtual machine.
Yeah.
So you can. It's easy. You can just install a software and install Windows inside your Mac. We have tons of clients that are using a Mac that way, and it's worked great. And as you mentioned, you can use your Mac and download all images in a folder, and ChronoCard can also import images from anywhere.
Right. So, I mean, although it would be awesome if everybody on this phone call and every Kronozio user uses a Ricoh scanner to do this, you can use any type of hardware equipment. It's just you take a risk when you're not using the proper equipment to scan your images. But you can certainly take pictures from your phone or from a camera, and save those images and then load those in.
Yeah, exactly. We have some clients that are using phone, but to be honest, it's for a small quantity because when you're talking about 100,000 cards, you will not do that with your phone because it takes forever.
Yep.
Okay, so I'm ready, guys.
Okay, go for it.
I think you should see my screen now.
Yes, we see 3 hockey players in ChronoCard.
Perfect. So Don, if you have any questions while I'm doing the demo, don't hesitate. I will answer your questions. So before you start with ChronoCard, you will first need to create an account on our marketplace. So you will need to go on Kronozio.com, create your account. It's a free account, and then you will be able to download the software, like I said, like David said, on your PC. And the software, basically, it's $200 per year. You will get this full inventory manager, and we will document 250,000 cards. So let me start. So the first icon, Don, it's really the search icon. So let's say we want to take a look at, some Joe Psychic cards. So the software will tell you exactly how many cards of Joe Psychic you currently have in your inventory. So as you can see here, we've got 62 Joe Psychic cards. You can see all the front and the back of all the images, and you can see exactly where to find that card in your box. Because with ChronoCard, every time you scan a card, we'll have this unique SKU number. So basically, we will index everything and we'll catalog all your inventory. You can search also by product, by theme, by card number. We have also here, if you click on this little drop down here, we have some built-in queries. So you can search by rookie cards, by year, by sets, and you can build your own query. So let's say for the next show, you want to give a 20% discount on all your jersey cards between $2 and $5, then this is where you will need to go to build those type of queries. So that's all included
Jonathan, I
in the
think
software.
I don't know if we're seeing that, but I think you shared only the Chrono card interface, so anything over that, we don't see it. So you need to
Okay.
share the screen.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to do, but doesn't seems to work.
Hmm.
Let me try again.
Look for screen sharing, not the
Yeah,
application.
yeah. Okay. Can you see the drop down now?
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, it's working now.
there you
Okay,
go.
perfect. So, if you click here on this little drop down, like I was saying, you can see all the built-in queries that we have and the query manager. This is the query manager. So if you click on the last one here, this is where you can build your own query. Like I said, this is all included in the software.
How many different
Um,
languages does the software handle? Like I saw some French there, French Canadian, and some English. Is there multiple language offerings?
yeah, so the software will be French and English,
Okay,
but the icon here, because the software is in English, but the my operating system it's in French. That's why you
gotcha,
see those French word as part of this demo.
gotcha.
Okay, so next icon, it's a little box. So this is where you can easily manage your inventory. So as you can see here, you can see in a nutshell that you've got 60, well, on this computer, we've scanned 62,000 cards. It's all split by different sports. And we have some different icons here to help you out. And all those icons are clickable. So let's say for Magic cards, you can see how many cards you will need to document, how many cards you need missing a price on it, how many cards you have on Kronozio.com, on eBay, how many cards you sold, and so on. So let's say if you want to edit your 62 cards of Magic, the one that you have on eBay, then you can just double click on this icon here, and this will open a little grid. So you can do some massive change, do some massive upload. So I will show you exactly how to change price, change status, and everything. So
Cool.
all those icons here are clickable, and you can also browse in your inventory. So let's say you want to take a look at your, I don't know, box 12, row 1, section A. Then you've got all those cards. So again, you can see everything. You don't need to go physically in your inventory. You can just take a look in the software and see everything that you've got. All the status, is it on sale on eBay, on Kronozio? Uh, you need to document those cards so you can browse in real time in your inventory. Any questions so far, Don?
No, it looks great.
Perfect. So let me scan a few cards. So you just need to click on this little camera, and this will open the ChronoScan interface. Hopefully you will be able to see it.
Yep, we see the gray interface
Yeah,
screen. Yep.
perfect. So I will use the 8170 today. So you just need to select the scanner. You will need to select the sport. So today it will be hockey cards, and then you will need to tell us in which box you will place those cards. So let me just show you another quick image here. So let's say you start with us done tomorrow. You will need to take an empty box, label that box. Let's say this one here, it's a BLB001. So BL stands for baseball, the B for box, and then you just add your sequential number. So every time you will scan 100 cards, the software will tell you to add this little separator so you can see a B, a C. So when it
Find
will
it.
time to ship your cards, it will be way easier to find them later on.
That's got to be one of the key features that I see as helpful to our the people watching. Being able to find what you scanned and categorize things and being consistent with the way you do things is really important. And in Chronocard Chronozio, you guys do a great job of offering this software that actually helps people who may or may not need the help try to find their cards.
Yeah, and exactly, Don. It's one thing to list fast on online, but it's another thing to ship faster. So if you list 100,000 cards in your store and you need to ship 800 of them each week, so you need to be organized and you need to have the technology and the tool to help you out also. So I will show you a little bit later how the shipping tool work with ChronoCard. So we will refer back to that box. Okay, so let me scan a few cards. I'll move this. So as you can see, let's say we start today. So it will be HK for hockey, B for box, then the first sequential number, and the section will start with A. So when it's time to scan, you just need to click on the little scan icon here, bottom left. So we will scan the front and the back of each card.
I hear it.
We'll crop the image. We'll merge everything. We will recenter the image. We'll have this little black border so you can see, so your buyer will be able to see corners and edges. And the only thing missing, you just need to do a little QA, make sure that everything looks good. And when it's time to save your cards, then you click this little check here, and the software will tell you to place those 9 cards in your box 1, row 1, section A. So if I go back on in the software, you will see that at 12:37, I've just scanned those 9 cards.
Wow, that's
So
fast.
you click on the image, and then we'll try the AI. So this is, you can see here, everything is empty. I will ask, so the status here will change to ask, meaning that you will ask Kronozio to document the cards for you. So I've just clicked the AI. I will then click Save and Close, and we will try to document your cards. So while we're waiting a few minutes for those 9 cards to be documented, let me just continue and we'll get back to the all the data entry and everything. So if you click here in your little envelope here, that's the message center. So it's mostly notification. So as you can see here, a minute ago, we just sent those 9 cards to the documentation service. You can see how many cards you've sold, how many cards you've listed, if you made any updates. So really that's a real-time notification center. And every time you receive something new, the icon will go green. So for the message, for the offers, and for the shipping, when you have a new action to do, then those icons will go green.
Wow.
So with the software, you can manage your offers from Kronozio and from eBay at the same time. So you don't need to log in into your eBay account and then log in into your Kronozio account to see if you have any offers. All the offers will be managed here. So if you accept, let's say you accept an offer from Kronozio, we'll remove the card from eBay. And same thing, if you sell a card on eBay, then the card will be removed from Kronozio. Let me walk you through the shipping, and I will move this. So as you can see here, if you select all the invoice, you can see that you've got 14 invoices, 39 cards. It's pretty easy with this little shipper icon here, top right, top right, to see that you will need to ship your Brian Fahey card that is in your box 5, row 2, section L. So basically it will be somewhere in your row 2. Here we stop at letter H, but it will be at the end. So with the software, if you compare to any other marketplace, you will need to print your invoice, take a look, go in your box, let's say 5, take that card out, and then print the other invoice, and you will probably move from box 5 to box 10 to box 5 to box 31. But with the software, since we know exactly how many cards you need to ship with how many invoices, then you will move sequentially in all your boxes. So right now we're in box 5, then we'll move to box 16. If we're in box 16, then we will never go back to box 5 again within this shipping. And then box 38, So as you can see, we're in row 3, L2, then we'll move and it will be the next one, L3, L9. So it's pretty easy to ship
Really
way
cool.
faster using the software. And you can print your labels, you can print your invoices, you can manage your feedback. So everything, well, since we built this since 2015, the first goal was to be able to have a full software from scanning to shipping. So that's the main reason why everything is included in the same software.
Pretty amazing. It's all one kit ready to go.
Ready to go. So let me just cancel those and let me go back here since we've got a new message. So as you can see, we've submitted the card at 12:38, and well, 2 minutes, a minute later, the card were uploaded.
Amazing.
So, whoops, let me just go back here.
And you have the ability if something comes through and you want to add words to the description or change something, you can do that on the fly as well.
Correct.
Yeah.
So basically, we provide you the year, the product, the team, card number, player name. If it's a rookie card, we'll add a little check here. Same thing for autograph. And if you have any serial number of your on your card, then the software will identify that serial number. So the only thing missing to list online, you've got two options. A lot of people are asking about this value column. This is mostly for you. Let's say how much you paid for those cards or that card. So let me put, let's put $1 here. So you can always in the software, you can always highlight the column, right click and put $1 for everything. So you don't need to manually enter $1 for those 9 cards. Same thing for sell price. Let's say you want to sell those cards at 50%. So you can put 50% and it will all put a sales price of 50 cents.
Hmm.
So now, if you want to list them, you have few options. So in that status column, you can just right click. You can decide to list on Kronozio.com only. As David mentioned, there's no store fees, no insertion fees, no release fees. We only take 10% when you make a sale. If you want to list as an eBay fixed price, then this card will be rounded up to $1 because you can only list $1 and above on eBay, and this card will be at 50 cents on Kronozio.
So
And,
you can have the cards on multiple platforms at one time.
correct.
Okay.
And if you select the eBay auction, then you will need to put a starting price. So let me put 99 cents, and there you go, you're ready. So right now, if I change the status, let's say we don't want the auction, we want fixed price. If I click save, then those cards will be listed automatically on eBay. One other thing could be very good for um, people listing auction. So you can schedule either your auction or your listing. So let's say you want to list them, I don't know, Saturday, and you can also decide how many minutes do you want to put between those listings. So this will give
Hmm.
you an edge on other sellers because it will give more time to your buyer. Let's say you have 50 auctions. You don't want all 50 auctions to end at the same time. So if you gave a little few minutes, or let's say a minute between each auction, then this gives the ability to buyers to buy more of your cards. So you can schedule listing, you can change the duration of the auction. Let's say you want to list your auction for 5 days, then this is where you will need to go to modify the auction duration.
Very cool.
Few things. Let's say you want you're grading, you're scanning some graded cards. So you will need to manually. So you have many other options. So let's say you've got a PSA 10 card, and it's a jersey. Let's say 3 colors. Then you can add more fields. So those are the ones that we will provide automatically with the AI, but you still can add many more features. So any special things you want, you have a parallel, then you can add some stuff here, subtitles. As you can see, we have this memorabilia, the graded, the graded card that was PSA 10, and same thing. If you want to change, let's say those cards are not the right product, you can still put, let's say, tops manually and highlight the column, right click, and put tops for everything.
So I think that this is a good time to ask this question, John, and this is a question that I see popping up in the chat a lot. What is the accuracy of the AI software? Like how do you measure it, and what would you say? What would you say
Yeah,
that is, and how much has it grown in the last year because you guys have scanned so many cards through the tool?
yeah. So before 2010, since there are mostly no parallels and variation and all that stuff, we'll probably be at more than 85% of accuracy. For sure that for new cards, we're adding new sets every day, every week. And you can see here the AI confidence. So basically on those cards, we provide a 90% accuracy on the cards that we've just scanned. So let's say you've scanned new cards tomorrow, then you can take a look here and see what's the accuracy. So you can sort by the accuracy percentage and at least do a manual QA and make sure that we provide the right information. It
Mm-hmm.
could happen that sometime we will leave one of those fields empty because we were not able to, let's say, find the card number or the player name. But you can still manually edit those fields, and we have also this auto completion, so it's way easier
To
so you
identify.
can,
Yep.
yeah,
Yep.
exactly.
Great. Yeah, I mean, I think what's key to point out, I mean, I worked for a software company for 3 years that was focused on AI, and the more people using the tool, the longer period of time that the tool has been around, the millions of cards that go through the tool, all factor into the accuracy of what is being scanned, right? So y'all can help out by buying a scanner and some software and continuing that process for everybody.
Yes,
So
and go ahead then.
no, I was just going to say this has been a great demo. I think you've shown the power of the tool. I see a lot of questions building up. Is there any more features you guys want to show?
Yeah, well, probably
Okay.
just one more that so let me remove those price here. So let's say you don't know, let me take PK Subban. So let's say you don't know how much that card value for PK. You can always manually here search the card on different marketplace. So it could be eBay, could be ComC, Kronozio. So let's search that card on eBay. So you can see that, oh, okay, a lot of seller 99 cents. So you
That's
can
really
probably
cool.
put 25 here or, well, 99 cents, and there you go. So you don't need, so
If you
it's
need
not,
help.
yeah, exactly. So if you need help, then you can at least double check on, well, manually on other marketplace.
Great. So many features, so many tools. The UI looks great. The images came out great. I think this has been a great demo, John. Thank you very much for showing the power of ChronoCard. And again, if anybody on this call would like to see more detail or go through a one-on-one, John's always available. Just go to the website and you guys can book some time off to meet with John and go over and really dive into all your questions and your specific markets. With about 10 minutes left in this webinar, I think it's a good time now to pivot and take some time to answer some of the questions. We've got a lot of them in the chat. What can we expect from Kronozio in the next year or two? Is there anything new on the horizon that you can tell us that's coming out that will help your users and our users perfect in this market?
Yeah, sure. We are working on a new AI project that is probably near completion. We need testing. We need more testing, but about pricing. There's a way to price cards by well, going everywhere on any marketplace and try to figure out what could be the value of the card. But as you can see, Kronozio is doing stuff differently for AI, for everything. So we meant to have something that will document cards based on a lot more than just marketplace values.
Right.
So yeah, so the plan is to have, well, we already have the cards documented, but we will have the card priced also when returned to the client. And that's something that we want to achieve in the coming months. We
Great.
already have something working for that.
Great. Well, I know John's become a road warrior. I don't know what his points miles for airlines look like, but it's probably starting to get up there. Where can we expect to see Kronozio next? Do you guys have a couple shows you guys got planned out? What big scale things are you guys looking at? I know you guys are doing almost 2 or 3 shows a month, it seems like.
Yeah, well, we did probably 7 of them since beginning of the year.
Wow.
And next show will be in June in Columbus. So the first weekend of June. And then, well, we're looking to find a spot at the National. So as you know, Don, we only need few feeds, probably 2-3 feeds to share with somebody. So if
anybody out there,
yeah.
anybody out there is willing to help out our friends at Kronozio and offer them a little bit of spot, we can work on a thank you for it.
Exactly, and we'll be at the Dallas card show. We'll be again at Burbank, so you will be able to see us at least once a month until the end of the year.
Great, great. So this event, we're both offering something special for the people that attended the show. From a scanner perspective, any scanner that you buy in the next month, which you can purchase scanners from the Kronozio platform, we are going to throw in an extra 1 year of warranty coverage. So almost all of our scanners have a 1-year service contract that comes with it. You'll now have 2 years of coverage, which is about a $200 value depending on the scanner. And you guys are offering something as well. What is it that you guys are going to offer to the people on this webinar?
For the one that was in the webinar, we will offer a promo code that is 50% off on the ChronoCard Premium, ChronoCard Pro Premium. So 50% off with a coupon. I don't know how we can share the coupon, but
we'll email the coupon to all of the attendees at the end of the event. How's that?
Yeah, perfect.
Great. That's awesome. And guys, that's a huge value. I think, again, the ROI for this comes faster than most people think, not only from the hardware, but also from the software. A lot of questions around Pokemon and Magic, and rather than ask them all, I think I'll just frame this. So what's going on in the Pokemon Magic world? What can you guys talk about in Yu-Gi-Oh! And I guess, like Disney, I think, is coming out with their own gaming set. So what's in the plans for that market, the gaming card market?
Yeah. In fact, in ChronoCard, actually, you can submit Pokemon cards and Magic. It was, honestly, at first we were a sports cards business more than gaming cards. So later on, we added at the end of the project of automatic documentation, we added Pokemon and Magic because many were asking for that. To be honest, at the moment, it's not working as we want it to work. It's maybe 90% accuracy. Sometimes, depending on the set, can be lower than that. But we are working on something very exciting that we will have accuracy like 99 or 100% on probably every kind of cards. So that's huge. We will support also non-sports cards like TV shows or anything else, and probably most of the popular gaming cards in the coming months. We are working on that. It's also in progress right now.
Amazing. Yeah, keep an eye out on Kronozio's website. And I'm sure sign up for all the newsletters as well, not only from the ones from here at RICO, but also with Kronozio. Whenever anything comes out, it's always good to have the little tidbits and tips and tricks. We have both of our websites are very user friendly. So there's I don't know how many videos and I don't know how many pictures on the two websites and case studies, but there's a lot of great information as to not only how to scan, but also how to use the products. I'd encourage you guys to go and sign up for those as well. Let's see, how many more questions can we get through? Penny sleeves get wrinkled when scanning. How do we prevent this? So penny sleeves is the one thing that from an official standpoint of Ricoh scanners, we don't recommend putting through a feeder. There are a number of customers that still do it though. And one of the tips and tricks that people tend to do is they'll take off the front pick roller, and the front pick roller will allow less of a grabbing by the rollers of the penny sleeves, which allows the penny sleeves to come through at a much faster and cleaner, non-wrinkled manner. But if you just out of the box open up a scanner and try to scan penny sleeves, you will be disappointed. We don't recommend it.
And to add to that, Don, some sleeves are also more fragile, so
Yeah.
it's easier to scan some of the sleeves, but
the different brands are different quality, right? And top loaders and card saver 2s work really well. You can put a penny sleeve inside of a card saver or a top loader and then scan it out of the box and not have any issues.
Yeah.
Currently using the 8170. How do I stack? I can stack about 15 to 30 and got to keep reloading. Yeah, a limitation of the scanner is the feeder can only hold about 20 to 25 cards at one time. That scanner can actually hold 100 sheets of paper. Remember, our scanners are designed for paper. We have manipulated settings and tried to find easier ways for people in the card market to scan cards, but right now, the limitation to that is only 25. We are actually working with a third-party fabricator who actually just launched a stacker that can scan up to 500 cards at one time as an add-on. That information's on our website, a company called Laskus Innovations, and he just started selling it. But right now, it's about 20 at a time, and you got to keep loading it. Let's see. Any way to improve the images of base cards in Prism? Yeah, that's a great question. So anything that's reflective will come off a little darker on the image side. We have tried to get to the best settings that we can to make a Prism and Chrome card probably look about 90 to 95% of its current view. That information's on our website. If you go to our website, scroll all the way down to the bottom, you'll see the profile settings. Our tech support can help you build those in. So I think with scanning anything reflective through mirrors and devices, it's always not going to give 100% perfect image, but it'll be good enough to pump out hundreds, if not thousands of cards, where a lot of card shops and eBay sellers are already doing today. And if it's not good enough for you, then find another device. We've got an overhead scanner, an SB600 that does a pretty good job there. You can use your phone, you can use your photo scanner. There's a lot of options, and any input, I think our friends over at Kronozio will say, just get us the image and we'll pump it in for you, right?
Right.
I'm missing episode 1. Yeah, we're working on a on-demand area on our website. Episode 1 was basically, why would you choose a scanner? Why are we important in the market? So we'll get that out there. How many cards can you scan about an hour? Well, so you can put 20 in the feeder and the scanner is 80 pages per minute. The 8170 is 70 pages per minute. So if you are diligent, you could probably scan a couple thousand cards per hour at least.
We have done between 3,000 to 4,000 per hour.
3,000 to 4,000 per hour. Yeah, there you go. You heard it from the
experts. They are smaller than a sheet of paper, so you can do a lot more than 80 per hour per minute because they are smaller.
Yep. How much does all this cost? Well, from a scanner perspective, we have scanners between $500 and $1,000. From the software perspective, you guys offer a number of different packages.
Yeah, we have one. In fact, you can try ChronoCard free. You can download the software; it's free. So you cannot use the advanced stuff like the AI and reports and everything. But at least you can start and use it with a Fujitsu scanner and test what it can do for you. But later on, you can upgrade and have the Pro version Lite at $149 and the premium version of the Pro at $199. But it's per year. It's not per month. It's per year. So it's pretty cheap. So Being able to document up to 250,000 cards in a year at $1.99, I think it's a deal.
Yeah, yeah. So, so now we're at the 1 hour mark, and there are more questions. And I'm sorry if we haven't been able to get to all the questions. We've done our best to try to get as many as you can. If you still have questions, feel free to email any of the three of us. You'll get some information after the end of the event in your email box that'll have information to get a hold of both the Kronozio side and me on the Ricoh side. So David, John, thank you so much for taking the time. I think the demonstration was great. The history lesson is really important, and how to understand the product. You guys have been wonderful. Again, great friends, great partners. We hope to see all of you on the circuit of card shows and events. And if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to us. Any final words, John, David?
Well, thanks to you, Don, and thanks to Ricoh for this great opportunity for us.
Great.
Yeah, thank you.
All right. Thank you, everybody.
Thanks, everyone.
Thank you. Bye-bye.